another video. Alright y'all, so today I'm here with my health update along with my hair update. Yes, I know it has taken me several months to come back on here to update you, but there's a reason for that. As you know, like back in August I was letting you know that I had a ton of appointments coming up in September, and I did. Then I had to have follow-ups following that. Y'all know how it is, okay? I just wanted to get everything out of the way, and right now I don't have any other doctor's appointments scheduled for this year, so I can do an update finally. Even though I haven't made a video here on YouTube updating you as to what has been going on with my iron deficiency anemia situation, I have been keeping you posted on social media. So places like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter have definitely been receiving updates and stuff like that. So if you're not following me there, please do so, because I do post updates and, you know, family pictures and stuff like that there. Alright, so if you have been following me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, you may already know that I received some great news back in September regarding my iron deficiency anemia. So the hematologist said that my numbers were back in the normal range. So I had posted like a little praise break dance thing, okay, on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, because y'all, I was super excited, and I'm still super excited, and I'm still giving God the glory because He healed my body, okay? Hallelujah! Okay, I know y'all say hallelujah. In case y'all don't recall, back in August, I remember saying and proclaiming that when the praises go up, the blessings come down. Okay? And that is and was the case. So let me just break it down for you. A little quick testimony. I told you guys that I was taking the Andrew Lessman iron pills because the iron supplement that my regular doctor gave me kind of like did not work. I started having hair shedding and stuff like that. My body just did not like it for some reason. So I switched over to Andrew Lessman's supplements, and my hematologist, as well as like my regular family practitioner, did not think that they were going to work. They didn't even want to look at the label or anything like that, y'all. So I just went with my gut and chose to take those instead, and they worked. And the hematologist did not even believe that they actually worked. She was just kind of like, foot in the mouth, okay? And I'm just sitting there like, okay, didn't say anything. I didn't say I told you so. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. So. But seriously, my numbers back in September had gotten back into the normal range. I'm going to post the numbers here because I don't have, well, I have the papers here, but I got to look through them and stuff like that. So I'm going to put like the numbers there so you guys can see what they were. Ferritin serum, which also goes along with iron and stuff like that. I believe it's like your iron stores or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor. But that has also gotten back into the normal range. However, it's on the low end of the normal. But the hematologist doesn't seem to be concerned about it as much as I am. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that as this video goes along. The hematologist was very happy and very pleased with those numbers, but she still wanted me to come back a little bit later. So she had me order some more blood work, and I just got those results back not too long ago. I had a follow-up with her already. So that's where we're at right now. According to my most recent lab work, my iron saturation is now getting too high. It is currently a 66%, and it's supposed to only be like a 55%. So the hematologist at this point does not want me to take the iron supplement anymore. She wants to see me back in another 3 months to see if, you know, how my body does without me taking the iron. Now that's not what me and my gynecologist talked about, but we're going to stop because we don't want to, you know, iron overload and all of that stuff, because that's very, very dangerous. So as it stands right now, I'm currently not taking an iron pill, like an iron supplement or anything like that. I'm just basically trying to make sure that my diet is high in iron and high in all of the other nutrients that I need to survive. So on social media, I always get questions asking like, what was I doing as far as like diet wise, in addition to the Andrew Lessman supplement, to keep my iron in the normal range. Because once again, there are so many people out there who are struggling with iron deficiency and anemia, and you know, can't really find solutions and stuff like that. So for me, what I did was I increased certain things. I am still kind of vegetarian-ish. I've been trying to see if I can eat meat again, and I'm still struggling there. So I've been trying to just do my best and just work with what my body is doing, even though it's been a very, very testy situation. But for the most part, I ate a lot of kale, spinach, raisins, sunflower seeds. I added some flax seeds in the mix. I was taking my vitamins. You guys know that I take a lot of Andrew Lessman's vitamins. I've been kind of playing around with what I'm taking there. Protein bars, vegetable juice, stuff like that is what I've been pretty much adding in, and that seems to have helped a lot. I've also tried to exercise more often and just basically just watch it and make sure I was eating as best as I could. So in the video that I posted back in August, I didn't touch too much on my cycle because I wasn't really sure what was going on, and neither were the doctors. But again, we do think that is menstrual cycle related. Right now what I'm doing for that is I'm still taking my women's wellness vitamins from Andrew Lessman, which I talked about earlier this year back in January. I'm finally able to take that daily. So I'm taking 2 of those a day to try to see if that can help with my cycle. And the gynecologist also gave me a prescription that I take, you know, on certain days of my cycle, and that seems to have helped. The hematologist has no idea why it's helping, but no offense, she was kind of wrong about the supplements at the beginning. I don't know. As of right now, that is where I am health-wise, numbers-wise, blood work-wise, all of that stuff. I have a feeling that that was so confusing, but I'm going to try my best to make sure I explained it as best as I could. It's really, really difficult. Pretty sure many of you who have been in a situation like this kind of know what I'm talking about, but y'all, forgive me if I was so confusing. So now let's talk about Miss Fro and how she's been doing. So, oh gosh, I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible, y'all, but got a lot to talk about. Many of you already know that I have experienced a ton of shedding over these past 8 months. When did this start? April? What is this? December? Like, I have had so much shedding. I'm really just over it. Yeah. Again, I do post updates on my social media pages as well as in my other videos. So although the video might not be titled like hair update, sometimes I will, you know, come on here if I'm doing like a hair related video. I show pictures and things like that of what's going on with my hair at the time because it's a part of the video, but it's also a part of my hair updates. So since my initial hair shedding video back in August, I posted a video relating to Jamaican black castor oil as well as a Shea Moisture products review. Also posted a video about a product called Topic Hair Fibers. So in those videos there are pictures and updates within, so make sure you check those out because they show, you know, how my hair has been behaving and things like that, and what the shedding has done in certain areas, especially in the front. So yeah, be sure to check those videos out. It'll definitely help fill in some of the gaps. So yeah, I'm feeling like my shedding is starting to slow down, but there are times when it just seems to kind of reactivate, like out of nowhere, and it's really, really frustrating. Like those wash days are like a nightmare, and it's really discouraging, and I seem to have more shedding around the time of my cycle. So it may be related to, you know, just the dip in the iron or what, I don't know. I really wish I did. But I do kind of have an inkling as to what I think could be going on. Like I mentioned earlier, my iron saturation level was above normal. My ferritin levels, however, which are also very, very important, are kind of on the low end of normal. So back in September, I was a 19 out of 150. The range is from 15 all the way up to 150. Back in November, my most recent blood work, the one that had the 66% iron saturation, my level of ferritin is 32. So it went up from 19, but it's still a long way from 150 or even being like in the middle. I have a feeling that that may have something to do with why my hair is taking so long to stop shedding. I'm not a doctor, but after reading a ton of articles and, you know, forums and stuff like that, it's looking like to stop hair shedding and hair loss, if it is like related to iron, ferritin needs to be around 50 to 70 to kind of stop, and I'm at a 32. So I don't know how to get to 50 without increasing my iron. And I can't take my iron supplements because my iron levels are too high. So it's just so strange, right? Like, you would think that if you have too much iron, you would also store enough iron. And it just, I have no I have no clue why. So Ty was saying because I'm kind of maxed out in my iron saturation, that maybe it's causing my ferritin to not store as much, because it's kind of like, look, we got all this overflow, we ain't gotta put anything away kind of thing, something like that. Maybe that's the case. So hopefully everything just kind of levels off. Hopefully, y'all. Okay. I think one of the most difficult parts for me throughout this whole shedding transition has been trying to show what's been going on. So on camera, it's very difficult to show thinness unless I'm in certain lighting. I use natural lighting. I'm sitting in front of a window. I don't have any studio lights or anything like that. So when I'm sitting facing the window like this, it looks fine. It looks fine. I do have my topic fibers here, but it looks pretty much okay. If I turn facing the window, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's very, very thin and spacey and see-through, and it's not okay in a stretch state. So a lot of times the best way for me to show, you know, the differences in, you know, how much the shedding has taken from my head is through pictures. So, you know, through this video, I'm going to be having like pictures of like last year, for instance, and what has happened this year, so you can kind of get an idea as to what I'm talking about. But there's a pretty big difference there. Sometimes it's hard to tell, you know, how much shedding has affected your day-to-day styling and stuff like that, or your weekly styling, whichever you do. But, you know, when you start to realize that you can't really do a lot of the hairstyles that you used to do, even if they're simple, like a puff, then you start to kind of feel like, oh man, this has to stop. Like, this situation has to change. So that's where I am right now. I haven't been able to wear like my high puffs really anymore. My high puffs have literally turned into this because the hair at the top is just, it doesn't sit up anymore. It's just kind of, I've gotten pretty clever with the molding of my hair. So I'll just make sure that I kind of make it as aerodynamic as possible so you can't really see too much unless I'm standing the wrong way in the sunlight. But you know what I'm trying to say. I was showing Ty last week or the week before. I was twisting my hair, and I had just washed my hair and everything, and I was doing my twist, and I had this long, super skinny, this twist is like that big. And Ty was like, and I'm like, what I relate this to right now is a transition. And I'm not a very good transitioner. I only made it 6 months when I was transitioning to natural hair. And I mean, this is going on 8 months. So it's been really, really tempting to just chop it off. Okay. I did mention that I was trying out Jamaican black castor oil. And I think that has helped with some growth. I have a ton of little teeny tiny hairs sticking up all over my head, and I've added, you know, some peppermint oil and rosemary oil and some tea tree oil to the mix, and I do like that mix, but it still causes my scalp to itch. It also is causing my hair to feel drier because it's, you know, the temperature is changing, and castor oil is a humectant. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to continue to use castor oil, but I definitely still apply it to my most sparse areas on my head. I've also been using my Vanity Planet scalp massage brush that I reviewed here, I think it was like last year or 2014 or something like that. My brush is still working fine, so I've been busting that out and trying to do more scalp massages and everything like that. And y'all, I'm also shampooing my hair more often than before. So y'all know I do co-wash my hair most of the time, but also tend to shampoo like at least once a month. But I've even bumped that up to sometimes twice a month, something like that, depending on what my hair and scalp are feeling like. So I've been shampooing more often, and that has helped me maintain some volume. Yo, I will say that I found a couple sulfate shampoos that my hair actually enjoys. So we're almost done, y'all. But I also get a lot of questions regarding supplements like hair growth vitamins and stuff like that. So like I mentioned before, I do currently take MSM. And I'm continuing to take that. And I've also introduced bamboo supplements because I've heard a lot about silica being useful for hair shedding and hair regrowth. So I'm still kind of in the research phase, but I am currently trying out a bamboo supplement as well as some bamboo tea. So I will let you know if that works. I hope it works, y'all. One of the most popular vitamins to take for hair regrowth and hair, stopping hair shedding and stuff like that is biotin. But I believe that I'm very sensitive to a lot of biotin. Ty actually has Andrew Lessman's hair, skin, and nails vitamin, and I tried to take it a couple times, and I just got like little pimples. Like, I might try again if, the bamboo extract and the silica or whatever doesn't work out for me. But yeah, through it all, I'm very, very grateful that I'm healthy and that I'm on the path to recovery. So yeah, Miss Fro will come back in time. I'm not sure how much time, but hopefully she'll be back soon. Aside from the fact that she still has more hang time and she's really, really limp in high puffs. And she's kind of see-through in certain lighting. She's still doing her thing. She's still holding on to moisture properly when I have the right products in my hair. She still has all of her shrinkage. That 4C snapback, she's still rocking that. There's been no excessive breakage or anything like that. So that lets me know that my regimen is fine. There's nothing that I'm doing mechanically to Miss Fro to make her fall out, okay? Nothing like that. It's definitely internal. This whole thing has been an internal thing for me. So once everything is good inside, it'll start to flourish on the outside. So I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I definitely needed to come on here and let y'all know what was going on and stuff like that. And once again, thank you so much for all of your prayers. All right, so I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today in this long chat. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you very soon in another one. Take care.
Be sure to check out my channel homepage for lots more to watch. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Have a great day.